And let me preface this by saying, before y'all jump in the comment section talking about God, this and that and the third, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I was married for long enough to see what I needed to see, and I dipped. I don't feel no type of way about it. I got in and I got out. It's something that I would never do again, and it just is what it is. Okay, so part one. So I'll start this out by saying we did not know each other very long. We knew of each other for a long time, but we did not know each other for a long time. And at the time when he asked me to marry him, I kind of was in a space where I was like, yeah, okay, well, whatever. I'll do it. Like, and that's the honest truth, y'all. Like, that's just the honest truth. So me and him, or he and I, went to the same college. So we were in college at kind of at the same time because he's 4 years older than me. So he was like kind of on his way out when I was on my way in. But because we're both from the same state, we knew some of the same people who ran in some of the same circles. And if you go to an HBCU, then you know that a lot of people know a lot of people, especially, if you're involved in campus and just by, going to parties and things and clubs and just whatever. So
Yo, this is so disturbing for the simple fact that she's telling us that she got married to a man just for the fun of it, just for the experience. And this is why men got to be very careful because obviously the man who chose to marry her obviously thought she was a virtuous woman. He probably thought she was going to be a great wife. But the problem is, she obviously was just playing games with him.
we kind of like knew of each other, if you so to speak, not a lot, but like kind of like in passing, if that makes sense. But we were connected because we knew the same people. And I didn't know it until after the fact, but he had been watching me for quite some time online and crushing on me for quite some time online. And I didn't know, but he ends up sliding in my DM. Well, let me go back. He would always comment on my post, and so him commenting on my post, initially I would start out, thank you, whatever. Not super impressed, but he was pretty persistent with that. And so then the comments led to him basically sliding in my DMs. Like, we went to the same college, just striking up normal conversation of,
You know what's funny? All these birds got the same story for a sucker. When they speak about a sucker, they always try their best to make him feel like he's somewhat of a fan, like a groupie. He was chasing me for like 6 months, and I finally gave him a chance. You know why that is? Because women don't really respect suckers. So she don't want to make you feel like she wanted him. That's the thing about chicks like this. It's like when they speak about a sucker, they will always speak down on him because they never respected him in the first place. But a bird will waste your time. Trust that.
people who went to a HBCU, we're from Florida, we have that in common. So that's kind of how the conversation started. And then he asked me after the conversation in the DMs, can we exchange numbers? And so we exchanged numbers and started texting, back and forth. And it didn't take him long. He asked me on a date, which hindsight is 2020. He said, maybe we can meet up for coffee or tea. And I should have left his ass where he had me up at. But what I did say was, I don't meet men for coffee dates. So I'm not getting in my car to go on no coffee date. it's not happening. And he quickly corrected himself, like he didn't get offended by it or anything. And he was just like, oh, okay, 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 okay. So, how about we meet for dinner? And so he started, giving me
Yo, a bird always looking for a free meal, bro. It never change. It never stops, bro. A bird will always put, and she ain't got no shame. Basically, what she's telling us is like, I wasn't really interested in getting to know him. I'll prefer if he feed me because I'm starving, I'm hungry, and I just want some food. But I will entertain him.
the some options to choose from because he was asking me like what I like and what I want to eat. So he was very much a planner. Like he had no problem planning. He had no problem like taking me where I want to go. He had no problem with if I said I don't like that, I don't want to do that. He didn't get offended. He was just like basically like it's whatever. It's your world. I like you. I want to spend time with you. So it doesn't matter to me where we go. So, long story short, we end up selecting the place for our first date or whatever. So, he picked the place. I chose to drive to meet him to the place because I didn't want him to know where I live and all that good stuff. And so, this place that we met at just happened to have crazy parking. So, it took me, when I got to the location, it took me a while to figure out where to park, which caused me to be late, which also caused me to be a little bit flustered because of not knowing where to park. And so I was communicating with him that I was late and I was flustered and I'm just at the point where I'm just about ready to turn around. So he was basically like, no, 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 don't do that. Where are you? I will basically come and find you or I'll walk you through the process on where you need to go so that you can park. It's okay, don't worry. And that's what he did. And so I found the
So pretty much she's trying to explain to us like he's a good man. Obviously, we all know he's a good man, but it's funny that she's trying to put emphasis on the fact that he's a good man. That's the thing about these women, bro. When they tell their little bird stories, it's always about how much of a good man he was, but this is crazy.
parking spot or whatever. And we met up at the restaurant. And he basically was like, whatever you want. So I ordered a drink, I ordered an appetizer. The conversation started to flow. He was dressed really nice. He
Yeah,
was
this is
cool. Like
crazy.
he was nice. It was cool. The conversation flowed. He knew how to hold a conversation and all of that. And we was laughing and whatever. And so the day ends. He walks me to my car. He pays for the parking and he also sends me gas money for me having to drive. And he's basically like, okay, text me when you get home. So doing everything right, doing everything right. So cool, whatever. So that was the first date. So of course, that was good. We go on a couple more dates. We're communicating, we're talking, whatever. So after a while, he was like, I got food, you should come over. And I'm like, cool, I'm cool at this point. You ain't coming to me. I don't mind coming to you. That's cool, whatever. So I go to his place, which was a quite a bit of a distance, but I didn't mind because he was just like, I got you with, your gas money, whatever you need, whatever, I got you. And he was that type of person. Like whenever I drove or just he would just randomly cash out me. He would always pay for my gas, make sure I always had gas in my car, all of that good stuff. So I didn't mind driving there because I'd rather go to his house than him come to mine. And so I got there and he had flowers, he had candles burning, the house was exceptionally clean, and he had food. So it was cool. Like we were watching a movie and eating and talking, and he started playing music. And we had an amazing time. I didn't spend the night because I'd be ready to go home. So I went, night came to an end. I drove back home, and I'm the type of person, I don't care what time it is. When I'm ready to go home, I'm going home because I don't care if it's dark. I'm going home. And he was kind of like, it's dark outside. Like it's kind of a distance. You want to drive? And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. So I went home. Things were cool. We dated more, and boom, he was basically like, I ain't never met a woman like you. We have so much in common. Like we're on the same page. Like I really like you. Like I really do. And so he was like, um, how you feel about like us getting married? Like I would marry you. So I guess he was trying to like gauge how I was feeling. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I ain't never been a woman that has been like, oh my God, man, well, I got my wedding planned out, I got my colors planned out. I've never been that type of woman. And he is not.
There you go, right there. She's telling you exactly who she is. Every woman is not designed to be a wife. Some women belongs to the streets. And as a man, you gotta peep that and leave her alone. Every time a man tries to save a woman who is for the streets, he end up looking stupid. He ends up looking foolish. And that's why it just don't pay. And that's why you gotta listen to a woman. She's telling you, I'm not that type of woman. I'm not really a nurturer. I'm not really that feminine. The only thing I know how to do is use a man for what I want. And this is what it seemed. It seems like she just been using this dude. And then he's such a sucker that he decided to marry her.
Not the first man to want to marry me. I've been proposed to 3 times by my son's dad, and I've been proposed to by 3 other men that I have turned down marriage proposals. So him wanting to marry me is nothing new. And I can honestly say most of the men that I have dated have wanted to marry me. That's just has always been my experience in adulthood. And I will say he just caught me at a time in a space where I was just like, okay. And I know that sounds crazy, y'all, but I didn't take it as that big of a deal. For me, it kind of was like something to check off the list to say that I've done it. I know that sounds bad, y'all, but
No, it don't. And this is exactly what I be trying to tell you dudes, bro. Some women just want to get married just to be like, okay, I got married, but that same woman don't want to be a wife. She don't want to make the sacrifices to be a wife, but she do want to be married just to be like, look, girl, some sucker married me. And as men, you all gotta be careful, bro, because there are a bunch of men out here right now who are with women who don't even know how to be wives. Fellas, this is why you shouldn't chase lust. This is why you shouldn't be weak to the flesh.
it's the truth. And I didn't look at her from like
This shit is crazy. How this chick looks. Let's see how she looks, bro. This is a old bird at that too. This is crazy. This is a grown ass woman. Still got them bird ways about herself. What the? Look at this chick. Bro, look. Oh my. What the?
I always get so many compliments on this scarf. And excuse me, y'all, I just finished working out. That's why I look like this. But I got this scarf from the.
Yo. Okay. This chick is trying to tell us that 3 different men proposed to her and she rejected them. This shit is wild.
I'm too raw to be tripping open.
This lady, knock it off, yo. And this is what I'm saying, man. These women will get online and just say anything. Whoever is willing to believe these women, they're just gonna run with it. If y'all willing to believe their bullshit, they just gonna run with it, yo. This is no disrespect, but yo, a woman like this should be happy for a man to even think about marrying her. But she's saying, yo, this is
So
just
I'm jumping on a Vlogmas train, and as y'all
this is just wild, bro. This is just crazy, fellas. Look, it is what it is, man. That's why, yo, as a man, like I always tell you guys, bro, treat a bird like a
and let
bird.
me be very clear, I absolutely do not like men as a whole. When you
This is what I'm saying, bro. Just listen to this woman.
think about it, there's not much to like about men.
Of
So when y'all get
course.
in my comments,
Exactly. This woman is far from feminine, bro. You could feel her masculine energy, bro. Everything about her. That's why y'all dudes got to be careful out here, man.
and let me be very clear,
Now, here's the thing about her story, right? It could be bullshit, or she could use a sucker just for a story time. Because I'm pretty sure the guy that she's talking about, obviously, he sounded like he was a nice guy. So he probably was obese. He probably was overweight. He didn't have much options. He didn't take care of himself physically, but he probably had some money. So he's able to treat a bird. But the problem is, the only thing that she's going to do is just use him for fun. And that's exactly what she did. And I'm pretty sure when she got him to spend the most money that he ever spent in his life, and she got everything that she got out of him, that's when she jumped ship. Fellas, be careful out here, man. Respect yourself and don't allow these women to take advantage of you. Don't allow these women to play games with you only to return back to the streets. Fellas, be wise out here. This is what you went
Yo,
through. You went
imagine
through
him
everything
in
that
a
you went through
hospital
just
room
to deal with women.
and the baby's
Right?
coming out.
Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is.